Inspiration Nation. Hello. Mr. Lee Kemp here with Mr. Jose Noya and Mr. Ryan Boniface. How are we, guys?
Very well, thank you.
Lovely.
I was just doing
Lovely,
some
thank you.
editing and I realised I overused the My Friend Ryan and Joe as well joke, so I'm going to try and mix it up with some different intros and some different starts for us. But you both good? Are you good? Did I ask that? You said lovely. I got it. I've forgotten what I'm doing now. I distracted myself. Right, let's get into it. We've not planned anything. I had a subject last week, so who's got a subject this week?
It's got to be Ryan, because
I have a subject.
Whoop whoop! Look at that. Not planning works.
We should have like some fireworks in the background or something. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, nice one,
rare.
Ryan.
It is rare for me to turn up with a subject.
Well, you saved the day, Ryan. That's what you've done. You saved the day.
As
Cool.
per usual, my subjects come from me watching a YouTube reel, or it's not a YouTube reel, a Instagram reel.
That's what I'd say. You're getting into my territory.
I like that though.
Yeah.
I really like that you.
He's 31. He's 31.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look. We're gonna look at the MySpace Vine and what was on it.
The MySpace Vine. And it's a clip from Jimmy Carr doing "It Must Be a Diary of a CEO." I don't know if you've seen that podcast.
Yeah, I have.
It's the guy from, I can't remember this guy's name. Guy from Dragon's Den, isn't it? Stephen Bartlett, that's his name.
That's right.
And he interviews CEOs and high net worth people, blah blah blah. And Jimmy Carr's talking, and he's getting passionate about. I think it might be nepotism, or it might be something around growing from nothing, or being appreciative of what you have, or something around those lines. And he says something along the lines of, "It's not the pursuit of happiness, but it's the happiness of the pursuit." People aren't happy with what they've got; they're happy with what they get. Now I'll rephrase that. People aren't happy with what they have; they are happy with what they get. So that it's that everything is the chase. Realistically, everything is the chase. The quote, as I say, is, "It's not the pursuit of happiness; it's the happiness of the pursuit." Yeah. I don't know who originally first came up with it, but I saw Jimmy Carr say it on a podcast / interview thing. And for me, it kind of strikes on the fact that it isn't about, the goal isn't to arrive at happiness one day. I'm not going to knock up on my 40th birthday and suddenly be like, "Oh, I'm happy, life's solved." But it's to find happiness in the little parts of me as life goes on that makes me a happier person. It's finding the different parts of you as you're trying to become a better person, isn't it? So it isn't that, it isn't that, because there's always more as well, right? So if you lose a significant amount of weight, you don't then stop. You then start thinking about, can I turn any of this gain into muscle, or can I lose any more? If you save money for a house deposit, or a wider pension, whatever number you think in your head is the target, as soon as you hit that target, you'll push that number further. Maybe I could stretch another 50k on this, maybe I can do whatever on this. So it never is what you have that keeps you happy, it's what you're chasing that keeps you happy. I guess in some way. Obviously there's appreciation for what you have, and I'm sure that a lot of people have that, but I was talking to somebody at work the other day about teen child stars, like Disney stars, that kind of go off the rails and don't necessarily end up in the best sort of life situations. And it's because they have nothing, or they have a decent upbringing, or whatever they have, and then all of a sudden overnight it's bang, 7 figures in your bank account. What do you want to do with it? And you're literally an 18-year-old. I can't imagine I can imagine what I'd have done with that money at that age, at that time, but I can't imagine what the impact that would have had of me longer term. And it's around, for me, it isn't always about having what you have, it's about chasing the next thing, it's about achieving the next thing. And I kind of tied that back into, and it really resonated with me, something that one of you two said the other week about feeling like you've got nothing left to prove. And I feel like in my mindset and where I am in life, I can never imagine a part of my life or a time in my life where I won't want to have something to prove. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to get 10, 15, 20 years further, more life experience in me and be like, fuck that, I'm not doing that anymore. But right this second, I genuinely believe that I will always want for more. And I think that's what I take as one of life's real pleasures, is that I push for more. I try and achieve more whenever I can. I don't try and stop. I always try and take the piss, take a bit more.
So I've got 3 things
Thoughts?
for you, over right, for me to go in. 3. Number 1, first, I just want to try something with you guys. Ha 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 ha! I love the Jimmy Carr laugh. I think that's the best I could do. That was better than I thought it would be, but I'm not good with high pitch as I get older. I struggle. It's very brave, but that was my go because I fucking swore. I love his laugh. I love his laugh.
I'd love to go. I'm not big on stand-up comedians, but he's probably one of the only ones that I'd go and watch live.
I saw him once live. Sadly, it was at the start of a awards due for the industry in which we work, nor rather than seeing him live. Not sadly, because I love going to those things, but you know what I mean. It's Jimmy Carr, but he was comping a thing. But he was outstanding, absolutely outstanding, really good. Right, second thing, and it's not the answer, just to frame it right, because we talked about this nothing left to prove, Ryan, and I think this is something you'll get more in 10 years, because I've latched onto that from Joe saying it. Then there's a difference. Feeling, for me, and I think the same for Joe, feeling like I've got nothing left to prove is completely separate and lives in a different house to I want to be ambitious and push more and do more and achieve more and gain more and everything else. The slight difference is I'm doing it, and I think I'm probably more ambitious than I've ever been, but there was always a lens of what other people think about that, and that's completely gone. But it doesn't, if anything, it makes that even more so. But there's no amount of stopping, but I'm just totally leaning into that's all for me, not for anybody else. And I say they live in 2 different places, so don't conflate those things together. And thirdly, on your
I certainly don't think the pair of you have given up on life, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
And I think I would have interpreted it the same way 10 years ago as well. And I also felt like I had a lot to prove. This is part of the journey, so to speak. And on your particular thing, really resonates with me. And younger, I used to think how I'd feel about this later in life, with that back in my head that obviously I'll be great and successful and things will work out somehow. I must have thought that some way, because I used to love computer games that were like building things. So there was one I used, a small obscure one, it was called Holiday Island, but you'd start off with one hotel on this little Caribbean island, and you build a second one and a third one and some shops and a beach and build up your holiday empire. But it's always scraping to get by, saving to build the next thing, this that, like those games are. And other things like theme park, theme hospital, all those kind of business simulator games where you're trying to get more. And in all of those games, you reach a tipping point where you don't have to try anymore. There isn't a challenge, there isn't waiting, there isn't any risk of things going under. You get to the point where you can't spend the money fast enough. And I'd always get bored at that point and turn it off. I like the time. When I played Football Manager, as you well know, Jose, Championship Manager as it was back in the day, I would always start with the lowest league team I could find in the game, because the enjoyment in the game was the struggle and the building it up and the bit to build them all the way to the top. I once took a team you may have heard of called Wrexham. I don't know if anyone knows about Wrexham at all. They might be famous for various reasons, and I took them all the way from the conference to the Premier League, and that was my best game I ever had. But I've got no interest in going in at the top. I want to grassroots, and actually the closer I get to the top, the less I find the interest in it, because and exactly like you said, Ryan, the fun for me is that journey within the game. If there was a cheat code for instant success, I'm not interested in that. That's not where the enjoyment comes from. And I've talked about this before enough. I think whenever I set a goal, and sometimes you achieve it, sometimes you don't, not say I always do, I reset and there's a new goal and a new goal and a new goal and a new goal and a new goal. And I was thinking about this the other day, is there's a bit of me that thinks I'd love to be at that point where it's all there and I don't have anything to worry about, and there isn't a to-do list in my head, and I can just chill out because it's all achieved. And I have an affinity, like the sitting on the dock of the bay song, the image that creates in my mind of you just whiling away the days because you've got nothing to worry about. And I have a little bit of affinity with an imaginary style somewhere in like Georgia or Texas or Alabama or somewhere out in the sun, and you're just sitting under the tree and you're whiling away the time. But actually, I think I'd hate that. I'd hate not having, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. I'm going to push myself and push myself. That's what drives me. And I always, there's a new goal and a new goal and a new, and I don't think I ever get that feeling of it's complete, because you just go over the horizon and there's more and more and more and more and more. And I think that absolutely drives me. And what you're saying there, Ryan, absolutely resonates with me, because it's the challenge. I just absolutely thrive on it completely. And there are those, I've done it and looking back down the mountain, all that stuff's there to push yourself on. I am a tick off a task orientated person, but once I've done it, there's just a new set. I don't think there's ever a nirvana that's there. And it's, we talk sometimes about winning the lottery, and actually there's a bit of me that thinks that'd be really boring. Where's the challenge once you've done it? Don't get me wrong, I'd want to win 10 million and turn it into 100 million. I'm sure I'd find a way to give myself that that next level of challenge, but I think it really does drive me, and it isn't, and it's like, it's exactly the message that it is about how, even for me, to spin on what you said, it's how you've got it, not what you've got. So yeah, it speaks to me in a million ways that I think in one way or another I've always understood, because I was very aware from a youngish age about that bit about once it becomes easy, it's boring.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a long ramble, but I really like your quote. Really like your quote.
Jose?
Yeah, I do too. And I just want to go back with this, and I don't know if you can see that, you can't really see it, but I've still got this quote that I wrote the other day, and I lost it last week, but that thing where you said, and I'm with Lee on that it's not, the nothing to prove thing is not that you don't want more. I still do, but it's just, what I see with this is that I had this experience now that I don't need to prove that to anybody, that I have these abilities that I can use. And of course, we'll be better, but it's not that I have to prove that to anyone. That's where my one sits, but it doesn't mean I don't want more. I still want to do great in my work I do. I still want to add a lot of value. And so this whole thing today, I choose to enjoy my life while becoming the person I'm meant to be. I have nothing to prove. I really like that. And I keep that every day with me, because I think it just brings me back to that. That's what I want, just to enjoy that life. But that enjoyment is doing my coaching, helping people, being the best coach I can be to support people. And that's always will be with me forever. And I really like that piece that Lee said around winning the lottery. Well, it would just give you a different set of challenges. I don't think you could, that I think we all had that. And I know I was younger, but wouldn't it be nice if we could just I could just sit there and everything's solved. But I don't think that's actually reality ever. I think you can choose to do that, but there'll still be problems you're not addressing, or challenges. Because I think really life is nature's very intelligent, that whatever level you get to, you'll get the different set of problems that you'll need to solve at that level. And the work is never done. And I've come to that realization that I thought, because I actually did want that to happen. I'm going to get through the work, say at work, I want to get through the work, get it all done, it never come in. But that never happens. You'll always have something comes in. There'll always be another challenge. There'll always be something going on. And I think that's what life is designed to do, because you are meant to become a better. It's evolution. It wants you to become a better person. Whether you choose to engage in that or not, that is a matter for you. But that's what I found through my experience, is that no matter what levels you get to, I mean, I could win the lottery tomorrow, you could, but with that money will come another set of challenges that you'd need to solve with that. So wherever level we are, there'll always be more. It just depends on what you decide to do with that. Whether it's something happens to you, or you get a massive piece of luck, there'll be a different set of challenges. What you take from it is your growth and what you do, and that's really where I sit with it. But I really do love this quote, and I really resonated with happiness. Is it the happiness is the art of the pursuit, or something? Is that right? Something like that, isn't it? It's the art of the pursuit of the thing.
It isn't the pursuit of happiness; it's the happiness of the pursuit.
That's it. The happiness.
And I love
of
that. I
pursuit.
loved it, because that's obviously a well-known phrase as well, the
Choosing
pursuit
it.
of happiness. But
Yeah.
it's the other way around. The happiness is the pursuit.
As
And
a
I loved it. Yeah, go on.
as a sidebar question, do either of you believe that money buys happiness?
I think it helps, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I think I'd much rather cry in a Ferrari than I would
100%. You can still
anywhere
cry in a
else.
Ferrari, though.
Could still cry in a Ferrari, yes, but I would feel better afterwards driving it home.
And I read some
100%.
stuff on this as
Yeah.
well, and I don't think it creates happiness. I think it gets you to a base level, because I think not having money, or money, more specifically, money being a challenge, or money being your primary goal because you've got those challenges and it becomes a necessity.
Oh,
that
I'm back in a second.
That takes up a lot of space in your head, and it stops you thinking about the other things. And I think when money's not a problem, you're back at base and you can then pursue the happiness. So I don't think it buys you happiness, but I think it's a blocker to pursuing it if it's a problem.
It's almost like your Maslow hierarchy has a higher baseline than the average person. But if you're rich,
Yeah.
it's your hierarchy of need has a smaller pyramid than
Yeah.
a non-rich
And you can still
person
be
probably
rich
has.
and be unhappy, because there's a lot of problems that aren't
100%.
money related whatsoever. But it definitely, I think you're in a, you know, you've started the season with minus 10 points if you're in a place where solving money problems is taking up that space in your head. And I think
Yeah,
they have to be out of the way to go to greater things.
yeah, 100%.
And it's not having a lot of money, because you can have a lot of money and be in financial trouble, or you can have not much money and be in a really healthy financial position. It's money problems are the things that distracted it. Jose has just gone off to get a book, I believe. And he's just got up and walked
while
off
we're
again
waiting
without even saying a
for the
word.
nurse to
He's
splice
forgotten
out,
what he's doing, hasn't he?
whilst he's
Sorry, I
getting
just to close the window.
whilst he's getting situated, I'd like to inform you both that I've started watching Ted Lasso for the first time.
Oh, what? How far
It's
in?
only
And what do you think?
I've only watched episode 1.
What
And
a journey.
do you know what? I've wanted to watch it for ages and I haven't watched it because I felt like the pressure of everybody telling me to watch it
God bless you.
made me not want to watch it. So
Yeah.
I waited. Apparently, there's a new season coming in a few weeks. This
So
week.
I literally 1 minute ago got a notification on my phone from Apple TV to say the new series of Ted Lasso is now streaming.
Okay.
Literally
so
1
now-
minute ago, as you thought to say that. So
now.
Oh, really?
what do you think? What do you think?
It's my type of TV show. I think it's going to be my type of TV show.
It's
Brilliant.
the 3 seasons is like a perfect show. I think me and Joe said this before. I'm nervous for number 4 because I'm very pleased it's back. But sometimes when you go beyond the scope of the original story, it might not be as good. So
It becomes its own thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I've really lowered my expectations of this season. I want to lower it so then I can be surprised.
How many episodes is it per season? Like 10?
I don't remember.
10 or 12, I think maybe.
10 or
It's
12?
not huge because it's an
They're
American
half
made.
hours as well.
It's an American made
Yeah,
show,
it's nice.
but it's set in the UK, and everyone in it, bar one character, is from the UK, which I just love. I just love that. But I'm glad you're watching it. You need to keep us updated with your thoughts as we go through, because
I will.
it's great.
I love it.
And you find what I like, Joe said, it's a love letter to coaching, and you've seen enough of me to say this. There's no antagonist in it. There's no one who's just bad for the sake of bad. There's different flavours that this goes through, but everyone, when you look through their eyes, has got good intentions, or there's something knocking. No, it's just brilliant. It's just such a different dynamic to a show. I love it.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, I know I went off screen for a little bit. Did I miss anything?
Yeah,
terms of
we probably
anything?
had the best couple of sentences we've ever had in the history of Inspiration Nation.
I would ask you for a recap, but I suspect.
Yeah, we said Joe's got up out of his seat and like TikTok just lit up. It was just amazing.
Oh, so it did. In fact, 613 likes since I've been away. Right, so yeah, you're right. How do you know when to get a book anyway?
Because I saw the book in your hand when you came back in screen on TikTok.
Oh, well, because it was really funny. You were talking about money, right? And Lee, you said something that really resonated.
Funny
that,
money.
you can have loads of money and be really unhappy, or you can lose it all, right? Well, I just got a book recommended, and I can't wait to read it. And it's called this. I don't know if you can.
The Psychology of Money. I kind of saw as it bipped in and out there.
There you go.
There we go. Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel.
Yeah, and what I love about this as well is I've just got recommended, and what I love about this is one of my favourite authors actually says, bursting with ideas, everyone should own a copy. So I've done a bit of research on it, and it looks fantastic. So I can't wait to dive into that. The Psychology of Money.
I keep getting a set of 5 books advertised to me on TikTok, and two of them are James Clear books. Must be 2 that we've spoken about, and one of them might actually be the book that you've got.
It says here, timeless lessons on wealth, greed, and happiness. So I can't wait to dive into it.
I'd love to know your thoughts on it, because we talked years ago on the podcast, but I up until recently had a very bad relationship with money, and it was nothing to do with how much I had or didn't have. It was my perception around it. So that Psychology of Money, I think, is, I'm very intrigued to hear what that's like.
Yeah, I can't wait. I really can't to get into it. But yeah, But yeah, I've just really enjoyed this. But this episode of this podcast we got, yeah. Anything else that you're adding then? Because I think I don't know if I'm out yet. I've got here.
We've got a little time warning, so let's start wrapping ourselves up.
Do you want to do the thing then?
Do the thing.
Okay.
Do the thing.
Okay. What's the thing?
I don't know. You said you want to do the thing, so I'm like, what's the thing?
Oh well, takeaways. What I'd say is takeaways, and also we want a question for the audience. If you can think of any decent questions, we can leave the audience with to consider and let us know. That'd be great.
It's literally coming from your quote, Ryan, but the bit I really like that sums it up is happiness is the pursuit. I just think because that's a complete opposite of such a well-known phrase as well. You've got to frame it. If you're always looking for happiness, you're looking for the wrong thing. It comes from the doing and from the journey. So that's mine. And I would say to the audience, what's your goal and what is your next goal once you've reached it? Jose Noya, what have you got for us?
It's really good because that's a really good takeaway. I think for me, it's
Lee's brilliant, isn't he? He's like the linchpin of this podcast.
I really liked it. I think for me, really, it's
when he turns up.
Ryan's face there was like, "What is he on about?"
I think for me is I think for me the takeaway for me is recognizing that you never ever get to the end. It's never you sit there and it's complete. There'll always be something to do, whether you choose to engage with it or not. But I think it's, the question for me in the audience is, who do you want to become? And I'm going to go for James Clear and say, what vote are you going to be putting in a box to personally become? So I'm going to take that and put that there.
And Mr. Boniface, what have you got for your quote?
The takeaway I've got is, the life you've always wanted isn't waiting for you at the finish line. It's being built in the thousands of ordinary moments between where you are today and where you're trying to go.
So good.
Can't do any better than that. Well, we can. We'll add to it.
We can. If you can learn to love the pursuit, success becomes a bonus, not your only source of happiness. And a question that I actually had written down after watching the reel was about how we would reference it through the podcast is, if somebody watched your daily routine, would they think that you are happy with the life that you're building?
Oh, that's a really good
I
one.
really like that. I really like that.
That's the daily do, isn't it? What you do daily that becomes your life. I think we talked about before, isn't it? Anything you do daily does become your life because that's what you're doing every day. Yeah. That goes for everything, doesn't it?
Brilliant stuff.
I love it. Love it.
I'm going to think about that. And I think they would. And I really like that. I think that's really reassuring. Right. On that note, guys, we're going to count us down. We're going to be back next week. Yep. Well, two of us will be back. Jose is absent for the next 2 weeks. So get ready for 2 weeks of pure gold coming up. And I'll say
pure gold.
3, 2, 1, inspiration. Catch your go.
Guys later.
What the hell happened there?